God.
I was like, what the fuck? Are we starting?
Is this live?
Ladies and gentlemen, live from tbriz Studios, it's the Adult Baby Show.
Woo, there we go. There's the audience. Hey, I almost slipped on that. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Adult Baby Show. We are your hosts. I am tbriz.
I'm B.
And I'm Chic.
And that is us. And we got a special guest in here with us. Introduce yourself.
Downtown Ian, baby. Back in the building.
Name sucks without his last name.
It does suck with his last name.
He doesn't want us to use his last name in the
Downtown
episode.
Ian.
So we just gotta say Downtown Ian. But if you haven't picked up the context clues, you might already know what it is anyway. Downtown Ian, Steve Smith. Fuck. Sorry.
I like how it just abruptly ends. Downtown Ian, you think there's
You're
more.
waiting.
That's it.
Downtown Ian, no name. No last name. What's up? How's everybody doing? How's the week's going?
Oh,
Good? Everybody's
very good. Very good.
No.
No.
No?
It's going.
Chick's not doing good. Let's just talk about it. Fuck it. No, why aren't you doing good? What happened?
Oh, is that how it's going?
Yeah, I like
Right into
that.
it.
That's natural. Let's just go. What's going on? Why aren't you feeling good, Chick?
I had 2 jobs on Monday, and by Wednesday I only have 1.
All right. First of all, this is a huge surprise to me, and I was blown away to find out that our boy Chick had 2 jobs.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that when I heard that. I thought you had 1 job, and
I've had 2 jobs for about... I've had
Are they 2 part-time jobs?
1 part-time job, 1 full-time job.
The one job that you do have is where you can sleep in the parking lot. You still have that
Yeah,
job?
the part-time job, yeah.
That's where he sleeps in the park.
Oh, if they're listening, you
The
might have 0
part-time
jobs
job.
by the end of the week because if they're listening in, and you just gave away the secret, B.
Yeah, the part-time job
That's
is a
on you,
little
bro.
more laid
Yeah.
back. The full-time job was the good job, and that's the one that I did
Where
not
are you
have.
working full time? Because I thought you now. Can we talk about that? That you work at a sports complex.
Yes,
That's the part-time job.
that's the part-time job.
Because you talk about that one a lot, and I thought that was your only job and your full-time job. And when you
no,
told me
I love that
you
job.
got fired, I thought that was the job. You still have that one.
No, that one's that's a good job.
That's a
That's
good one.
good.
It's a good part-time job to have. It's nice part-time job when you have a full-time income, but now that it's my sole income, I got to get on the horn real quick.
I love that the part-time job is at a sports complex, and my immediate thought is activities, exercise, and the key thing we take away is he's sleeping in the fucking parking lot.
You work at a sports complex? Would you like training people or whatever?
No. I'm just a facility guy. I work the snack shack.
God, there we go. That's what I would have. Now that's more real life.
And I collect the field fees.
So you work at the snack shack.
And I get high as a fucking rocket ship before I go in.
Oh, okay.
They got a snack shack. Is it like burgers, fries, fried food type stuff? Or
If
you
it
just
was,
like
I'd be extremely more overweight. But no, it's just like chips and like chips and drinks.
Great description.
yeah.
Chips and chips.
I don't know why I'm laughing.
Some candy, some chips.
I like this logic. Chick works at Snack Shack. It has chips. It has candies. And that makes him overweight. If it had burgers, fries, he'd be extremely more overweight. This is where.
Oh, God.
Yep.
So you like that one?
I do.
And
I
you
like
get-
the other one too a lot, to be honest with you.
And
Yeah,
you work at
That's
night.
why it's not a good week. I've been fired from jobs, and usually, I'm like,
Usually
all right,
okay.
I'll find something that I like more. I like this place, and they, it wasn't a good day on Tuesday.
This is a place you used to go on like trips with
Yeah,
them.
this is a good company.
I thought you had like such
So
a good
now
relationship
I won't
with them.
badmouth the company, except I just do hate the one of the younger HR people, a little dumpy bitch. But other than that, we're good
Oh
to
my
go.
God. Dude, I feel like that is one of the bridges you don't want to burn is the people in HR because that's who they contact first. When the
they
next
got-
job
No,
calls
I got,
the last
I got
job.
a couple
Who do you
references
think
over
they
there.
called?
One, they're not listening to this. 2, I got a couple old people.
One, you
over
didn't
there
let
I
me
could
finish.
use as references.
Here's
Two,
my,
this is solid advice. Don't burn your bridge with the HR people.
Here's
It's
my-
too
yeah.
late. You already did.
Here's my impression of Tom's next interview. Well, you got the qualifications. You have the background. Really love the conversation. I think we're going to be on board. All right, look, really excited, but listen, don't call the HR woman for my job. She's a dumpy bitch.
Oh shit! So what happened? What happened? In your words, give it to us.
I'll tell it to you straight. So, I had in my
He's gonna tell. Hold up, everyone. He's gonna tell it to us straight.
I'm telling it to you straight.
This is Tom. Tell it to you straight. Chicolo.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you what happened. I'm gonna
Snack
tell you
Shack.
guys what happened.
Snack Shack, baby. Hit us with it.
Go.
So I have I had a couple.
Okay. There we
We've
go.
learned that
Here
it doesn't
come the
take the
waterworks.
punchline before the waterworks.
Because I hear the truth coming already. It's like, I just start getting a sense like, what's going on? Tell us what
So
happened.
I had a couple latenesses in the beginning of my time there. I had one write up. That was my fault. The lateness times were like 10:01, 10:02. I'm supposed to be there 10 to 7. It was like, and I swear to God, 1 to 3 minutes tops. But there's zero tolerance. But it's my fault. I take blame.
They do zero tolerance because there's a buffer zone.
No buffers.
At all the places I've worked,
If
they
I
give you
clocked in at 10, they would call me late.
You have to clock in what, like 10 minutes?
Like
or-
9:59, basically.
Oh.
After that, it's late.
This doesn't seem like the job for you. I mean, you're late. That's what you've.
Well, I don't.
I've
sleep
never
at,
seen you
no,
come
I
early.
do not sleep. I'm not a bad morning person where I get up and I'm miserable. I don't sleep at night and I have trouble getting up. But regardless, I had one right up there. But the real thing that happened was on Monday. I didn't feel good. I didn't have a ton of because it's my first year there. I didn't have a ton of vacation time, so I didn't have any more days left because there was a bunch of stuff I had to do early this year where I had to use my time. So Monday, I'm not feeling good, but I know I have to at least go in because I don't have PTO, which is the personal time off. And I throw up while I'm at work.
Oh.
And I went in and told them right away I wasn't feeling good. One of them
You told the dumpy bitch, or
the dumpy bitch. Let's call her Dumpy.
okay.
We'll keep the other
What does
word.
dumpy mean? Is it because does that have to do with the way she looks? Does
Yes,
she have a dumpy
100%.
body?
Yeah, she's at the dumpy.
What does dumpy
broad.
mean? What does that mean?
The way I gather it is if you're describing dumpy, it's like most of their body seems to be falling to the floor while they're standing up.
Yes,
right?
yeah,
Like
no,
it's
that's
just
almost it.
everything's leaning
Yeah.
towards the ground.
Yeah.
That's what I'm picturing, like a Hershey Kiss, a melted
Yeah.
Hershey Kiss,
Yeah,
or like
that's the you
one
guys
of those,
got it. You guys are getting
Like
it.
that melted candle type body.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's all hanging off the hips, and it
Uh-huh.
looks like it's just pulling your face to the ground.
Yep.
Just
Yeah,
very heavy,
exactly.
bottom heavy.
All right. So
Yeah,
now we
she's
have
not,
a visual.
Not appealing. Not something you want to look at.
like a plastic bag filled with Jello.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
hey, by
holding
no
from
means
the
am I a
top.
good-looking individual, but
Yeah.
I'm just calling the pot out. I'm calling it how I see it.
Can we get
So-
her on the phone right now and ask
Yeah.
her what happened?
Yeah.
What do you think she'll say?
No, we're not getting her on the phone. I can't. I don't know what I'll say to her if we got her on the phone.
That's what I really want to hear.
Yeah.
No, we don't want to hear about it.
Oh fuck, Jesus.
She's probably gonna be very similar. She's like, "Oh, Tom Chickalo, where do I start?
Where do I
And
start?
she's just, where do I begin this story?"
All right, well, I'm
Oh,
sorry to
God,
hear
the
that.
headache.
How you doing? You seem a little down today.
So yeah, I'm having a rough week. I'm not great.
But you still got the other job.
I got the other job. Listen, man, it was a good job. I like the company. It wasn't a job that's irreplaceable. Like I'll find something else. I got a pretty good resume. They even told me my performance was exceptional. I was the leading person in my department. We were talking about getting a raise until the incident on Monday, but
So long story short, they fired you because you went
They
home
thought-
sick.
well, I didn't
Is
have
that you
part-
said you threw up, but I didn't
and that's
really
what I'm
see
saying.
how
No,
that.
there was a little more to it. I told I have a team lead they call, and the HR lady. So I told the team lead I wasn't feeling good. Said let HR know. I let her know I wasn't feeling good. She's like, you don't have any more days, but if you really are sick, you can go home. But now if I go home, I don't get paid. Let's be honest, I don't have money, so I need to work. So I'm like, I'm gonna try and stick it out as much as I can. A couple hours go by. Not feeling that good again. I wound up having to go throw up in the bathroom again. I tell my supervisor, listen, I'm not feeling good. I'm like, I need to go home. She sends the HR girl up to me. And I worded it differently to her. I'm like, listen, I'm not deathly ill, but my stomach, I'm throwing up, I'm not, whatever. But they knew about this all day.
So they sent Dumpy to you.
They sent Dumpy.
Dumpy's here. Okay.
Dumpy waddled up the stairs. How she does that, I don't know, but she made it. And she comes up to see me, and she lets me know that she's like, all right, well, you know, if you're going to just try and stick it out a little longer, let me know. If not, you know, you just go home. So now, when I decide that I'm calling it quits, which was like 20 minutes later, Dumpy was on lunch break. So I tell my supervisor, I'm not staying any longer. I'm going.
And you make fun of B for having long-winded stories. Jesus
I'm not
fucking
a good
Christ,
storyteller,
Chick.
though. I know.
That's why we don't let you talk on this show.
Yeah, I know.
Because this is
Let's
what
just
happens.
get to the end where you walk out with your Mets bobblehead.
This is okay. So let me tell you,
Saddest visual of all
this is the best
time.
thing because he knows what's on my desk at work. So whatever. I leave work early. I come back. the next
all these
day.
little details. Where are you? Where is this? What are
I
we
get
talking
home
about?
early. I don't
Dumpy's in the snack
I don't
shack.
tell Dumpy because she's on lunch break. I only tell my team supervisor I leave. The next day, they tell me that I told them each different stories, that I was lying, and that they had to let me go. So then they put papers in front of me. I refuse to sign them. I give them my side of the story, tell them I'm the best thing you had in your department anyway.
This is the part I want to hear about. What the fuck did you say to these people?
Okay.
Did you curse them out? Did you say anything?
Because I want to try and keep it, I didn't really curse them out and go off on them like in
What
the
did you
past.
say?
All I told them was, this is ridiculous. I didn't lie to you guys. I
So
said,
they think you lied to them.
they think I lied to the two people that I
About
was
sick? Being sick?
Yeah, they thought one. They said I made it seem like I was worse to one than I did the other. And then I guess because when I wound up leaving, the other one was on lunch break. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Listen, to be honest with you,
They might have had a different gripe with me for something I don't know. Who knows?
Here's a little advice for the future.
Shoot.
You said so many fucking words there that if you tried to tell that fucking story to somebody else, it's going to seem like a lie because you too many details.
Yeah.
You know what?
Fair
and it
enough.
seems like
Lot
a
of
lie
words.
because you can't tell the same exact story twice anyway. Say less to
And
these,
that's
especially at work. You know
Less
what it
is
is?
more.
Like, you know what? They think that I lied to them, but I didn't. That's it. You didn't lie. But if you start saying, I said this, they said that, then they said this, and I said that, they're going to go,
Yeah.
well, before you said they said this and they said that. They're
Yeah.
going to go, no, well, actually.
You're
and they're going to go,
absolutely right.
this fucking guy's lying.
So then they brought up the other latenesses, and then they wanted me to sign some termination papers. I said, listen, because one of the other HR guys was away on vacation who I actually get along with, and I was like, I'm not signing anything.
I like how he just throws that in, who I actually get along with.
No, I do, because me and him, he actually called me up and said I could still use him as a reference, blah, blah, blah. Like, we had a good talk. But they wouldn't, so this is the only fun part, was like, I refused to sign the paperwork. So then I just get up and I start walking out, because now I'm done. I'm not going to sit around and get abused.
Love a
Well,
walkout.
you just
Love a
got
defiant
fired. Of course
walkout.
you're going to
Yeah.
walk out. What do you mean? You like it was your choice?
No, but they
just
wanted me to
fired
sign
you.
something.
They
They-
asked you to sign
Most people go to the
termination
break room and-
and you know what? They fired me, but I figured, you know what? I'm just going to go.
No, I mean, no. Like, we were still in mid-conversation,
here
me
for-
trying to sign the paperwork that I refused
So
to
this
sign.
is your way of saying you walked out of there before you gave them what they were asking for.
So you
Yeah.
you
quit.
walked out of there.
No, I guess, yeah, whatever.
You
Did it
fired
turn into
them.
Did it turn into you,
You
quitting?
fired them.
No, I didn't quit. I just didn't fire the termination papers.
You didn't sign the termination papers?
Yeah.
Does that mean you quit?
Yeah, so you know what? Fuck them, I quit.
No, but seriously,
I don't know
did you
what it
think about
means.
this? Because this is
I just
unemployment
know
stuff.
that I do not want, because of the incidents at Sherwin-Williams where I signed something and it almost got me in a lot more trouble, I just don't sign nothing.
Yeah. Now I notice you're not
You know, the
wearing
thing
your
is-
bracelet anymore. You used to have a bracelet with the company's name on it.
Yeah, that's gone.
Did you throw it right in there? Did you leave it there?
yeah, what'd you do with
Put
that?
it this way. If I had everything over, I would have thrown some things in their faces, but I didn't. I did the right thing, and I just threw it in the garbage when I left. But
I would love to see this guy go to buy a house.
don't know.
We just need a couple of your signatures on the closing documents. I don't sign nothing.
I learned the first time I got fired. I don't sign nothing.
You got
They
another
tried
thing
it
coming.
The
You
second
think I'll
time
sign
I
it.
got
the girl
fired.
leaves. She's trying to. She goes, wait, you got to give me your keys. You got to give me your keys. So now I walk out of her office, and now I'm walking through the whole office, and everybody's watching me walk, and this fucking dumpy broad following me. But she's not trying to make like a scene, so she's not saying anything. She's like, I need your key. I need your key, because it's like a key to get in the door. So I was having trouble getting it off my fucking keychain, and I'm doing it while I'm walking the whole time. This broad had to follow me out to like halfway through the fucking parking lot, and I swear to God, I wanted to take it and fucking throw it. but I gave it to her.
Ooh,
Fucking
man,
I pushed.
I don't know, man.
I'm disappointed.
The story could have been a lot better.
I feel like.
I told you.
It's fucking awful.
You know what? I got fired and I'm miserable.
So what about
a great
terrible.
story?
What about the cleaning
We
up
gotta-
of your desk? Did you?
Oh, so I wanted to. I do.
So wait, hold on. There's one good part of the story that he's told you already, and at the end of it, he hasn't even told that part.
I don't
of
know
it.
if it's good. I would always see these pictures of his desk, and there was like always a Mets bobblehead, this little adult baby son there. So I just imagine him putting it all in a bag.
So on my desk, I
Taking
had,
Tom Seaver.
on my desk, I had a funeral card for my buddy. I had a Mets bobblehead. I had an adult baby sticker. I had a pitcher and then 2 other mini replica football helmets, and they boxed it up to me. And fucking
you left it
sick.
there.
You know what? I just wasn't thinking, but I also didn't want to.
Yeah,
be that
because you
schmuck.
walked out. You're telling the story, and like it'd be more interesting if you just told it the truthful way. They
did
put
tell
something
you
in
the
front of
truth,
you,
yeah.
and you were like, "Fuck this," and you got up and walked out.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like to me.
It is,
but you're like
basically.
saying, "Well," and then I didn't sign anything. Blah blah blah. You were a resentful
bad
fuck, and you got up and
storyteller.
walked out, didn't you? That's what it sounds like
Yeah,
to me.
pretty much.
That's what I picture. But you're softening it to make it sound like you didn't do anything bad. You were good. I'm not gonna sign this. Sorry, guys. I'm just
I
gonna
didn't
walk
say I
out and
was
blah blah
sorry.
blah. No, it sounds like you walked out and she chased you down asking for her
Yeah.
fucking key back while you were walking out. Is that really how it worked out?
By the way, chased me down.
There we go.
Visual
That's
of
more
Dumpy
interesting.
chasing you through
I
an
said,
office like, I need the
Dumpy
key,
chasing
Tom.
You're like,
I need the key.
I need the key. I wanted to throw it
That's
so bad,
hilarious.
but I
Sounds
didn't.
like you got pissed off. They were trying to make you sign something that you didn't agree with.
Yeah,
So you got up, you
exactly.
walked the fuck out, and she's chasing you down like trying to get your key, and you're
I'm
like,
not as good a storyteller. We want me to tell you.
because you're not being honest about it.
I am
You're
being honest.
softening
That's
it
what
up.
happened.
Be a chick. Fuck this dumpy broad.
And then they had the audacity to box your stuff up and mail it to you. Fucking scumbag.
All right. That's enough
And
about
the worst.
that. I think we got to move on to
So,
something else.
hey, by the way, any listeners, you guys are hiring.
Yeah, he's a perfect.
I'm looking for a job. Great
yeah.
employee.
I could just picture Tom as one of the guys if you were in prison where like the amount of firings you've had, like you could just marking them on a wall with a piece of fucking chalk. You just got 'em.
I should start getting teardrops.
You should.
Yeah. I feel like this. Yeah. All right. Well, that's
All right,
that
well, hey.
story.
Yep, fuck me. That's it. Next.
Sorry,
Chick
buddy.
is fired.
Next.
He's got one
Hope you
job.
do.
Anybody?
How
Yeah.
many times do you think he'll get fired through the
The rest of my life.
the podcast as
I
long as
don't
the
know.
podcast goes?
Still
I'm
only
so-
one since the podcast.
I know.
I was
but, you
thinking
know.
about firing him from the podcast.
Yeah,
once or
remember, we
twice
almost
even.
fi-
We
guys,
almost
I
fired
can't afford to lose this now.
I know. All that,
This is all you got.
all that
This is
adult
all I got,
babies
even though
money.
we don't get paid. This is all I got.
Hey, don't tell people that.
We do this.
We get a lot of money.
big
A lot
all
of
the
big
sponsors.
money. Oh yeah, tons of sponsors.
We're
make the big
with big
bucks.
tobacco. I don't know.
I'd love to get sponsored by Big Tobacco.
All right,
Yep.
let's move on to something else. I think B's got a story. I like the only 3 words you gave me before the episode is that you have a morbid bird story.
Yeah, I do.
And I like that sounds funny.
Well-
Chick, what do you think about that when you hear those 3 words?
Morbid. I'm sorry, I was getting a sip of my drink. I didn't
That's why I
mean it.
asked you, because I heard you whispering over there and doing shit. It's like I'm the teacher in class. I want to make sure he's paying attention. Chick,
basically-
you want to answer that last math problem I just called out?
Oh, sorry. I was drinking my Gatorade.
I was asking Ian if that was his drink. I forgot.
You're fucking such a burnout. All right,
Oh, my
morbid bird story. What do you think?
Morbid. I think he killed a bird.
All right, B, let's hear. Ian, what do you think?
I was thinking more or less murder scene, bird on bird violence. That's where I was going with morbid bird story.
I'm picturing
Sorry,
like
I keep coughing.
like a bird funeral, like sadness and but then
Very melancholy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I feel like that would be more like a
And
celebration
you're
of life.
looking at a bird on the ground, and you're like, oh, it's so sad, man. This bird died, and then somebody comes by and just like flicks a cigarette at it. you're like, oh, come on, man. I was having a moment with this dead pigeon. Relax.
Well, those
All
are
right,
all good guesses. They
Yeah.
they really
Are
are.
any of them right?
No. Fuck. What happened was last night I'm coming home and I'm driving up my block and I see when you're driving you kind of see something in the road and I drove right over it, but it like was directly underneath my car, like directly underneath. So I drove over it and then I was like, I think I just ran over a bird, but I didn't run over a bird. It was like already it was a hurt bird. There was a hurt bird in the middle of the road, and I drove over it, but it like wherever it was, like I saw it right after I drove over it.
So you finished it off?
No, I didn't. But I went back around. I was like, I think that was a bird there. And then I looked in my rearview mirror. This is late at night.
When you say drove over it, you're like it went under the part of your car, not under your wheel.
Yeah.
Like it was okay.
He rode over it.
No,
You didn't like fucking smush it.
No.
But you saw it, and you like, did you aim to get it between the wheels so you didn't hurt it?
I last minute realized I think that's like a bird that's hurt. Like it wasn't moving or anything.
See, my eyes aren't that good. I would have never been able to pick up on it.
Yeah, somehow I just
crushed it.
Well, I wasn't positive. But then I wrapped back around and I rolled right past it. Next to it, and and I roll down my window and I see it, and it's just a bird. He wasn't hurt. But he was there. Something must have happened. Like he might have gotten like hit or attacked.
He probably got hit by another car.
Maybe, but there was no damage.
But you're saying he wasn't hurt?
No, was
he just sitting there?
He was just sitting there.
Like,
there's just a bird sitting there.
I was
like with
picturing
this
it much worse.
Like he wasn't like laying down on his side.
He was sitting there. He was looking right at me. Head was moving.
Wow.
Maybe like a busted wing he had for something.
How much acid had you dropped before that happened?
No acid.
Did we skip that part of the
No, I don't
story?
do
Like,
acid.
what the fuck is going on?
I was going to ask how much acid the bird took, because he seems like he's a little lost.
Well,
you guys are having a moment. This sounds like one of those connections with man and animal and the soul to soul.
There was a connection because
You turned around for this thing.
Yeah, I turned around.
You turned around for it.
Because I knew I didn't kill it. I knew I didn't kill it, and then I looked.
Of course, Chick, you would have fucking aimed for it. We know that.
I know you would have.
I wouldn't have aimed for it.
Yeah, you would have.
I killed a squirrel the other day. I felt awful.
It's terrible. By the way,
we're going to circle back to that. I want to hear more. I want to hear more about. I'm writing this down.
I feel like Chick very much when it comes to animals and driving just goes by the old adage of that's the way the cookie crumbles. Whoops.
Right. Sorry, B. Go ahead.
By the way, I had an incident that we'll also go back to where a cat was killed on this very block like 5 or 6 years ago. But
Jesus
we'll get
Christ,
back to
this block is starting to sound like a Stephen King novel.
Absolutely.
With weird, creepy animals dying, staring at you as you drive by a bird, just looking at you and talking to you telepathically, making you stop the car and get out and come over to me.
Every time you make me laugh,
Not only is the bird not injured, it's fine and defiantly looking at me as I've returned to the scene of the crime.
So it's controlling my thoughts. I really feel like I want some bread right now.
What would you guys do in this situation? Do you just leave?
Yes.
And maybe that.
I don't know that I would have stopped to begin with. To be honest,
That's exactly.
And I'm care and I'm compassionate about animals, but what drove you to stop? You wanted to help the
because
bird.
it was a weird instance where I'm driving and I ran over a bird without killing it.
Right.
It was right in the center.
So you should have been happy and kept
right,
going.
but I knew that something was wrong.
Okay.
So what I decided to do when I came back and we had a little eye contact,
See,
and you know what's funny?
Storytelling.
It's not.
That's great. And you know what's funny is eye contact with the bird happens a certain way because if they're looking forward, you can't really see their eyes. So when you make eye contact with a bird, it's kind of like on its side profile, and it's looking one way, but its eye is looking sideways at you, the little side eye.
You can feel it.
Yeah. I just made eye contact with the right eye.
Yeah.
Just one right eye. So my plan was, it's late at night. It already had been a late night because I got back from the city, and once again, I took the train, and they bus you in from Hicksville now late at night. Such a pain.
What?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I saw they've been doing work over there for a while.
Yeah. So like every weekend I take the train. I'm in a coach bus on my way home. It's so annoying. So anyway, it was late at night. I'm like, there's no cars around. It was like 2 a.m. So I'm like, I'm gonna go to my house, and I have a fear of like animals, like a lot of animals and stuff.
No.
Like birds. I don't know. So I go to my house, and my plan, I'm gonna get like a little broom, and I'm gonna like sweep him out of the way. Sort of give him a push. Get him out of fears, out of the harm's way.
That sounds like a good idea.
The plan is to go home, get a broom,
I'm right
come
down
back?
the block from my house.
Oh, you're not far from your house.
Not far from my house.
And you want to sweep him out of the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give him a little push.
You didn't have anything in your car you could have poked him with and get him moving?
I needed something long.
I feel like this is a bad idea.
You know, blow on him like, come on, bird. Like I do that to spiders if there's a spider
I just
crawling
feel
on
like when
something
you-
in my apartment, and I'm like, I don't mind him really being here
Yeah.
in this part of the apartment in my bathroom, but I don't want him on the toothbrush. So get off the toothbrush. Get out of here.
But a bird is much heavier.
I just feel like
Yeah, you're
once you
They get the
approach
message.
this
You can't blow a bird.
or any animal,
You didn't blow him. You didn't just get out and start blowing him.
despite the eye contact we did.
That's right. Yeah, it
I
sounds
just
like
can't picture any animal reacting well to not like a weapon, but just a stick or
Yeah,
something.
I
coming
know,
towards
but it was a matter of life and death.
just
at this
like
point.
I feel like that's the wrong approach.
Brendan, I have a feeling you should go on Missed Connections after this and see if
Yeah.
this bird wrote you, because I think something's there.
So anyway, I feel like it's my duty to get the bird out of the road, right? I've never done anything like this, so I decide I go back. And as I'm pulling right to my house to get like a broom to like push him along, I see a car just hauling ass up the block.
Oh yes.
And I'm like, oh, no.
you say, "Oh yes," I'm saying, "Oh no."
I can't wait to see what happens.
I'm like, oh no.
Danger, danger.
They were
danger.
like young kids, and you wouldn't know. It's dark at night. So I was sort of at like a red light now, and I'm looking at this car go up. I'm like, oh no. And I went right back, followed, and the bird was destroyed by the car.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Oh man!
Before I could save it, it
That's
was
why
destroyed.
you don't go get a broom and you try and fucking push the thing away.
What am I gonna? I already.
What is wrong with you, chick? That's why you don't try to do a good
He
thing.
has a busy block and he knows that. There's always cars coming.
Do you
down
hear
that
his
road.
logic, though? That's why you don't ever try to do a good thing, because in the end, somebody's just going to die. Get run
Feathers
over by a car. That's awful. I hate
So
that ending.
I did do. I tried to. I like banged on the door. I'm like, hey, try to like move it along.
That
But
bird
it did-
hates you. You let it down.
Well, I don't know.
No, man.
I feel like me and that bird had like its last moment was with me last night.
Yeah, and he thought you were gonna save him.
I tried. I couldn't get there in time. But it's just 2 a.m. That I didn't think there's going to be a lot of cars driving by.
You are a unique individual. It sounds
I
like
drove
you
past
had.
it again this morning. By
This
the way.
is one
Totally
of those
close.
moments that I see as this is like a spiritual calling moment.
Yeah.
Nature, some indescribable force drove you to go to pull your car over,
Yeah.
go see this bird's all right, come up with the plan to try to help it, and then witness just what happens. Just like that, life can be so destructive and you just die just like that. Wow.
Can I get some clarification here? Did you eyewitness
sad.
the crushing of this
No,
bird?
but
I was like, I'm curious if he saw the flattening.
I was there. Flattening.
Yeah.
I was there. I was there moments after the flattening because I was stuck at a red light.
Flattening.
Wait, how far was the bird? I thought you said it was right next to your house.
It was on the big hill. Okay. But I went back
No, I know
around,
what you're saying.
and then I got stuck at the light. Like I should have just went the other way.
Too bad you couldn't just ran there and fucking hockey smacked that bird
But-
out of the street.
but
with the
I
fucking
saw-
broom.
I saw this
saved his
car-
life. Better that than a running car.
Listen, I did the best I can, but I knew it. I was like,
Besides, let's hear it. He's got such a good plan for you. Go
Yeah.
grab the broom, hockey, slap that bird out of the road. And this is from the same guy in the same breath that'll say, "Why'd you even stop the car and try to help the bird?" Also, the same guy that 4 minutes ago was telling us how he killed a squirrel recently.
Yeah.
All right. So let's circle back. Let's circle back to that.
Yeah, what happened?
I love
Let's circle back to
animals.
that.
I swear to God,
you
I do.
killed a squirrel. What did you do? You
I was
maniac.
driving. I almost feel like George Costanza, but they broke
You
the
fucking
rule.
look like George
Yeah.
Costanza.
Yeah,
You look like George Costanza and Artie
running
Lang.
into all the pigeons.
he looks like a white trash George Costanza.
He's just George Costanza and Artie Lang in one fucking person. Look at him.
So
There'd be a good job competition. Like, who's been fired for more jobs, George Costanza or Tom or Chick here?
Yeah.
So no, I was driving down the street.
Take
couple
George
months
Costanza,
ago.
give him an ounce of pot and a handful of Xanax, and you got Chick.
Oh God.
Sorry, go ahead. right.
So, driving down the street, a squirrel comes darting into the road. I slow down, I try and swerve, but the squirrel, instead of continuing his journey across the street, did one of those stops.
He played chicken.
And turned back. So when I turned,
Classic double
I
back.
fucking destroyed this thing.
Oh my God.
I knew he was a goner. I felt so bad.
You felt bad. And what did you do after the fact?
I stopped just to see if I actually did hit him. I noticed I hit him, then I was like, I felt a little bad, and I went home.
You say a prayer for him?
No, I don't believe in religion, but that's a whole different story.
Prayer isn't religion. Prayer is prayer. You could say prayer. You could say something to the universe. It doesn't have to be
Send a
religion.
little something out.
You could just say, like, oh man, I killed that. I'm sorry. Squirrel.
But I genuinely felt bad that I wasn't as heartless as I thought I would have been by just killing a fucking animal running around the street.
Yeah, that's it. You got out. You grieved for him a little bit.
Yep.
That's a ritual.
That was the first time, though, I ever killed the squirrel.
May
Hopefully
his
the last.
may his acorns be plentiful.
There we go. Thank you. That's what
Miss
I
you,
was looking for.
We're gonna miss you, squirrel.
You know what I saw the other day, speaking of things
That's
like
it?
that? The people used to say, oh, rest in peace. I saw something that said SIP. What does that mean?
I
Stay in
don't know what
peace?
that means.
Yeah, I wasn't
I don't know.
sure.
Sleep in peace. I mean, rest and sleep are kind of
Maybe
synonyms.
I just never heard that. I was
Is
hoping
that a
somebody can
thing?
enlighten me.
SIP was when somebody.
Yeah, no, I
died?
swear to God, it was on a whole list of the person who passed away on their sheet. It was everybody was SIP.
All
I
right.
just wasn't sure if that's a new thing that I don't know.
Well,
Do you want to hear about the time I killed the cat?
I was getting ready to cross this morbid bird
We
story
don't
off of
have
our
to.
list
We don't have to.
and get into Ian's thing, but
Yeah, no, we don't
Bird
have
to squirrel
No.
to cat.
because I heard raise your hand if you're intrigued to hear about B killing a cat.
I'm a little intrigued about how he killed the cat.
What
Is
do
it
you
going
mean
to be a
that you
drag
killed-
I
down
didn't-
story?
No, I'll do it real fast.
Okay.
Never mind, go ahead.
Same area. Okay.
You just ran over a cat? Is that?
I didn't. No.
Did I just tell the story in one
No.
sentence? You accidentally ran over a cat.
No.
Did you throw
You
it in
pulled
the
the
stove?
No. There's something
Throw it-
happened.
what the fuck? Throw it in his
You
stove.
never saw apt pupil?
All right, so then let's
I can save it for another show.
let's hear it real quick, and
All
then we'll
right.
finish off with
Basically-
Ian's. The reason we got Ian here today.
Basically, I was driving down with a friend, and I wasn't driving, but the cat was struck by the car. And we were being followed by my friend and his aunt. And the aunt is a big animal lover. We watched this cat die. And, like right on the street. What's going on?
I don't know. You moved around, and I had to just adjust
Oh.
the camera because your face was now like cut off by it.
We're trying to hide the sweat stains.
Oh, thanks. So anyway, the aunt is a big cat lover, and we were knocking on doors like, "Is this your cat?" And one guy was like, "We're gonna call the cops." And it was very weird. But the strangest thing of all,
You get that dead cat out of here. I'm gonna get my shotgun, call police.
but the strangest thing of all was we had to take the cat in the car with us and bury it.
Yes.
Had to do that?
person that we-
Yeah, you picked up. He had to.
The person that we
Had to
were
do
with, the person in charge that we were with, wouldn't let it go. She made us.
I would have told that
person in charge.
you can go bury that cat
Well,
yourself.
Yeah, that was my thing. But also, I was in the car with them, and I wasn't driving, so I was just stuck.
Should have fucking.
Can I just
out
say
of
what I
there.
love about both of your stories? This very cinematic in my mind. Like
Yeah.
I'm picturing you going like the person you said that was going to call the cops, and you're like, "Hey, is this your cat?" And you just open this box, and it's this bloody fucking flattened massacre of a cat. It's like, "Get the fuck away from my house, you lunatic!"
Yeah.
What is going on here?
was a
you
scene.
Sick son of a bitch.
You guys are going door to door with a
Yeah.
dead cat. Of course, at some
Is
point,
this your
somebody's gonna-
mutilated cat? Is this your mutilated family cat?
As we were doing that, the cat was like flopping around out front. It was a real gruesome scene. Twitching.
Oh god.
And but it freaked me out so much because now I'm in the back of this truck, and the bag with like a shopping bag with the dead cat, and we had to go back to his house and we buried it. I'll never forget this. And we were just going to
Was
a
it
party.
alive still?
No, it was dead.
okay.
You don't bury a live cat.
You're sick in that.
I
You
don't
don't
know.
bag a live cat and then bury it.
The part where you said it was twitching made me
Well,
question.
yeah,
Wait, was it alive or
I
dead?
think that's the ending. of-
Or was that the nervous system?
Yeah,
just
it's
still
just saying
kind of
Next.
waving goodbye. Yeah, sorry. I just that is a much better story. I should have saved for another show.
No,
we should-
that was a good quick
You
one.
could
I
have
like
just
that.
spiced it up and said, and then we buried the cat in a pet cemetery, and it came back to life.
And it came back into a pigeon, and he died last night.
Came back into a bird, and then that bird came back into my life on a street, and it was ran over by a bunch of teenagers.
Exactly.
Let's hear from the special.
That was
Yes.
great. Let me cross these off our list here. Yeah, it's kind of tough transitioning from all these stories that we have into what
Dale is
Ian's
so
got here.
Excuse me, Briz is so bummed out right now about
I
all
know.
these dead animals.
I know.
He's like, all right,
Sorry.
I guess we got new stuff, other stuff we could do now.
Sometimes the
Everyone's
podcast,
All the animals are dead.
Let's
sometimes the
just
podcast
change
takes
it
an
up. Come
unexpected
on.
turn.
I feel like my mic isn't on. Did you shut me off?
Ian, did I shut you off? No, but I'd love to
Not
do
yet.
that. I fantasize about shutting off your mic at least 4 times an
I told
episode.
you this is all I have left. You can't do that to me. But
I'm just kidding.
But let's get,
You're doing good, kid. You're doing good. All right,
let's get Ian going.
So we got Ian here. We got Ian here for a reason.
Downtown Ian.
First of all, Ian is hilarious. And
Thank
we,
you.
We love having
Yes.
him here. And second of all, it's because he had a couple stories he wanted to tell us. So let's leave it up to Ian. What do you want to talk about first? What story do you want to tell? I think maybe we spread it out. We get Ian on the next episode.
Yeah.
And
Love it.
You tell
Ian's the-
one story in this episode, and then we'll do another one of yours in the next episode too. How do you think about that?
What you feel about it?
I like it. I feel great about it. I feel excited. I'm tingling.
He's the cat.
And I can't wait to tell these stories. One thing I want to ask you is, depending on where we should start, one story might trickle down into a bunch of other things. So should we say that for next
Yes.
episode?
Right?
We got about I don't know what time we started. I think it was around 2:20.
So that's fine.
We got about. Wait, what does that mean?
We got about 25
minutes. Yeah,
minutes.
so we got time, man. Go,
Oh, yeah.
go for it.
All right, so we'll start from the top. We'll
Good
start
roll.
more recently.
You're like the Capadonna in all Wu-Tang.
Am I?
Yeah.
I like that.
I like that too.
Why? What is Capadonna to Wu-Tang? He's not always there. He only
He's
comes in every now and then.
Affiliate. Yeah, there's like there's the 9 of them
Oh, right.
and him.
Because he's
Capadonna.
not in the RZA, the
Yeah.
Jizza, the old dirty bastard.
Exactly. Inspector Deck.
Raekwon the chef.
You
got
got
Ghostface Killer and the man.
METHOD, man.
And sometimes, every now and then, Capadonna. Right?
What about them
Yeah.
Capadonna?
I like
But
that.
because he's not in the lineup, but he's there. Yeah, okay, I got you.
Yeah.
I like Capadonna.
He is
All
good.
right, so Ian's our Capadonna.
Sorry.
So-
Sidetrack me.
Which one are you, chick?
Me?
Yeah. If we're Wu-Tang members, which one are you?
All dirty
Or
bastards.
ODB. No question. ODB.
ODB, that's...
I was gonna say Raekwon.
Oh, no, ODB
Raekwon's
just because
too
you're like,
good to give me that.
does he even have any business being here? And then, and then sometimes you're like, yeah, he does. Yeah, he does.
That's good. What about me and B? What are we?
You're the RZA.
Yeah, you are the. Yep.
I'm the
Yeah.
RZA. And what is B? The Jizza?
No, I was gonna say I like a little Ghostface Killer
Oh, I like
Ghostface?
that.
with this guy.
I like that. I'll
with
take
this
that.
guy over here.
I'll take Ghostface.
This guy over here.
This guy over here.
This freaking guy over here. I've been trying to. We talked about this last time. I've been trying to work on my voices, and I was doing it for this show. This is not really the story, but I thought it was kind of funny. I was basically just sitting in my shower, rapid firing as many different voices that I could possibly do and think of. And I thought it was really stupid. And I was just like, wow.
And it was
I'm
probably
pretty.
gold.
That's probably great.
I know, but I thought it was funny because I'm doing this by myself, which I always think is interesting when you're doing something like that. And if someone had a microscope lens and was like, "That's what you're fucking doing by yourself," you are weird.
I think that's hilarious too because it's like, babe, all right, I'm gonna go take a shower, work on my voices. I'll be out in 20 minutes, 30 minutes. If you hear me talking, it's just me working on my voices. Okay, all right, all right, okay, all right.
You got the shower.
Already started, Pat.
All right, so should we go story?
Yep.
Yeah, what do you want to talk about?
So I'll start recently, a couple of weeks ago. So as podcast listeners know, we're based out of New York. I live in Queens, Astoria. For new listeners who didn't hear our last episode, go back and listen if you
Go
haven't.
back.
So we go to a party for a friend's birthday, and it's upstate New York. Salem
Ooh.
is the town we're going to, not too far from New York City.
Yeah.
About an hour north. And this, to visualize it, I would say just think Great Gatsby's house. This mansion is insane. When we pull up, it's in the middle of nowhere. gate. Oh, like electronic gate that you can't even get to. So think video gated, opens electronically, and then you're still going through about a 500-yard driveway.
Whoa.
Up to this place.
I'm picturing something out of the movies because I've actually never been up to one of those gates where they have the intercom. You
Yep.
press the thing and it
Press the intercom.
Can we help you? And you're like, oh, I'm here for the Great
it a-
Gatsby experience or whatever you
Is it an
say.
English person?
And then the gates
Yes, the guy.
and they open
And they
up.
just
for
open.
The
you.
guy picked up and he went, "It's the." Let me try to do my old Butler voice. The Wilson residence. Who's speaking here? And I say, "Hey, it's us. It's us for the party." And he went, and he died that day. So
Sounds
A lot of
like
death
it.
on this podcast.
it was very grim. Yeah.
It's
So
a morbid
he-
episode.
yes.
How many things
I don't
died on
know.
this episode?
Ambulance came.
Including the whole
Yeah.
podcast. All right.
Ambulance
My
came right behind
career.
him, shipped him out. By the way, they're looking for a butler.
Oh, perfect time
They're looking for a
guest.
butler.
Butler died. Chick, there's an opening, bro.
Yeah, and the
you willing
butlers
to
work till forever.
Hey, are you willing to relocate?
Yeah.
To a mansion? Fuck yeah.
So we buried him in the backyard, next to the cats and the
Next to the
birds
cat.
that was shot on the open range. So it was a good time.
What's the square footage on this bad boy?
I couldn't even tell you. I'm bad with square feet. A million.
Million. That's,
That's a lot.
that's pretty
Square
big.
feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's how
I don't
big
know
it is.
square feet either, but that sounds about right. That sounds big.
That's like 8 football fields, I think.
Yeah.
Million.
Uh-huh. Yep. Yeah.
Just-
If my math is correct.
I'm pretty good
right
at
on- right on point.
estimations,
Yeah,
so
right.
I would say million gajillion square feet
Yeah.
Yeah.
is probably right in that range. So once we get through this gate, huge driveway, 2 pools, indoor and outdoor.
I've always
They
wanted
have the
indoor
thing where,
and
where
outdoor.
you could swim like from
your arm down,
inside to
please.
out. I'm sorry.
I wish, and my first thought when I saw the photo of this place, I went, please tell me they have a catapult from Richie Rich, the movie.
yes.
where this is what I'm thinking of when we're all going here. We're all grown adults, but so I'll get to the really good part. So we're there all day for a birthday party. Great. We're playing frisbee, going in the pool, barbecuing, all that good stuff. Fast forward, gets to the nighttime. Everyone's been drinking all day, right? We've all been having a great fun. There's about 15 of us.
What time did you get there that you were drinking
I
all
got
day?
there around 12:30.
12:30
In the afternoon.
And, okay, just so
Yeah.
drinking all day. You realize we're really drinking all day.
So we
you
were out
started
having-
drinking as soon as you got there.
Having all fun all day.
Yeah.
All day, eating all day, barbecuing all day. So now it's about 11 o'clock at night. A couple of people went to sleep. Now, mind you, I just want you to remember, this place is gigantic. We got a quick tour, but we have nobody here has really taken the time to discover how big and how in-depth this mansion actually is. So we're all in the kitchen, and someone goes, the person who's actually house it is goes, I think we should all play hide and seek. And everyone immediately in the room goes, yes, we absolutely
Yes.
should. Break out the tequila. We're all taking shots, and we're all going to go play hide and seek. But here's how. So everyone's immediately
It's
excited.
amazing. I'm excited. I'm
We
not
want
even
to play
there.
hide and seek. Great idea. Get the tequila.
Now,
Why?
that was-
That's just like.
that was an odd choice.
It's adult rated.
But the best part about the way Ian told the story is like, we're gonna play hide and seek. We all did a bunch of tequila shots and we played hide and seek. Yes.
Probably the complete opposite shot you want to take
Yeah,
while you're
that's great.
playing hide and seek too,
No,
right? That's the
'cause then
dancing
you got to take a
party
whiz.
shot.
You know
Yeah.
what? That's a good thing about the drunk hide and seek, especially in a mansion that big. If you think about it, you should make everybody take 2 or 3 shots because if everybody's hiding so well, it's hard to find them. Eventually, somebody's going to have to take a whiz, and
Whiz
they're going
it
to
out.
have to run to the bathroom, and then
Listen
you're
to
it.
this. So
You're
there's
it.
a little twist on how we played.
Okay.
Oh,
All right, so it's played a little different here, and this actually worked really well. I forget the name of this type of hide and seek, but one person hides, and everyone else goes to look for them.
That's awesome.
And then as you find this person, you're not supposed to immediately blow them up. You wait, you move around, and then you're supposed to sneak away by yourself, then go hide with them. So people are just dropping as the game goes on, and then that's when you realize when you go, wait, where's Ian? Oh, he must have found the person hiding. Now people are less and less
Yeah.
people you see around this house. And be mindful, this house
that's awesome.
is huge.
is it scary?
It was awesome.
picturing-
and
is
we
it
kept all the
scary?
lights off. It was as actually serene, creepy, and also just I've never felt more meditated while playing this. And I'm not kidding. Like it was so much fun and just really relaxing surprisingly.
Right.
Did you say medicated or meditated?
Like it's very meditating
Right.
to do this.
You're medicated. He's
Was that
meditated.
the hiding and the seeking, or was that the extra tequila shots before you started the hiding? and
Combination of
seeking?
two. But here's the thing. So we played for 3 hours. 3 hours we played. How many people do you
How
think
many
hit?
games was it? One game, though?
How many people were there to begin with?
12. I think about 12
That's
people.
it?
Yeah.
How do you ever find it in a huge mansion with 12 people? Maybe if there's like 50 people.
We played. So let me go through this. So first round, someone hides. Excellent. And then this is, so think about this. The first round we're doing, nobody's really explored this house. So round one is very discovery. And
Oh my God,
starting
what's
to
this?
realize how big this place actually is. So at one point, didn't realize this, go into the basement. There's 3 floors and even a basement. Walk into the basement. There's about 12 doors outskirting the square of this basement. And I open one, and there's actual like police tape, yellow tape,
What?
where it looks like you can't go through. And it was only because they just redid this corridor. This corridor takes you underground outside into the indoor pool that's separated from the house through the basement. It's this long corridor. So I walk through there with a flashlight and I'm like, holy shit, I'm now out of the house in the indoor pool area, which is also connected to the house. So it took about 45 minutes for everyone to find person number 1. So we're thinking this is going to go faster round 2.
Wait, what do
Right.
you mean everybody? Doesn't everybody hide, though? Or you didn't do that?
No,
the
you're
first
supposed to
time?
hide with the person.
Oh, with them.
But one
I thought
person
you go
starts,
somewhere
right?
else and
One
hide.
person
Okay.
starts, and as it goes along, everyone else who finds them is supposed to wait, sneak away, hide with that person,
Yeah.
and then eventually there's one person left.
You know, you
Yeah.
don't have to explain it twice for anyone else, because I think Chick's probably the only one listening right now that has not picked up on that.
I thought they had to hide just somewhere else.
We know, we realize.
So
We haven't busted your balls enough this episode. I gotta find.
we finish round 1. Takes 45 minutes. Everyone's going, these rounds are going to go a lot faster because now everyone knows the house. Nobody found person number 2. We
Oh
played
my
for 2
God.
fucking hours. We gave
How
up.
the hell were they hiding?
We gave up.
They go home.
Yeah, right.
I thought there was 2 rooms that
These
people were.
clowns will be looking for me for hours. I'm out of here.
Still over there.
Calling the old Irish goodbye. See you later, bozos.
I'm telling you, I thought this because there was 2 rooms we weren't going in because people were sleeping. I thought he was fucking with us and just went to bed. I'm like, this motherfucker just went to
was just
sleep,
2
and we're looking for
There
him.
was 2 random rooms where people were asleep.
A few people were gassed and they didn't play, so they just went to
okay,
bed. And we
okay.
were said, don't go in those rooms.
you would have heard that.
Oh, got
He
him!
did go.
Woo! Well done.
All right.
Yeah, take
These
that.
2 clowns
Oh, I
next
took
to
it.
each other.
Take that to the bank. dude.
Yeah.
So we only go through 2 rounds of this hide and seek. So it's round number 2, we actually start to get nervous because we can't find him and we're calling him out and nobody can hear him. He was wrapped up in a tarp in the pool area, and it was so good that I went back there in broad daylight, and we probably still wouldn't have found him
That's
during the day.
great.
That is so scary.
But for the listeners out there, I will have to tell you, this was so we were so happy in the morning. Everyone was hyping it up that we were now just going to be continually playing hide and seek and manhunt every weekend, which we have not done since, of
We
course,
gotta do this,
because everyone has real things they got to do in life. But I cannot tell you how much fun this was. Really exciting, and if anyone out there has a mansion at their disposal to play hide and seek, I highly recommend you
That
do
sounds.
so.
Wow.
It was amazing.
I want to play that right now. I want to go to this house and I want to do that. Although I would be a little scared.
Oh, yeah, I was just going to say,
like,
you'd freak out.
I would like just hearing you walk through a corridor with a
We were playing with our phone flashlights
yeah,
too.
no.
It was creepy.
and old
It was real
houses
dark.
kind of freak me out.
And the would have been even better.
Wouldn't do it.
What
The room
doesn't
we couldn't get
freak
to.
you
They
out?
had secret hallways in the walls, which we couldn't access.
You think
But
there's ghosts in that house?
there's a lot of history in this house,
Yeah,
actually.
no way.
I don't want to go too deep into it, but they actually found a diary from a girl who used to live there, and it is wild.
Was she like
Wild in what sense? Like sexual escapades, like crazy ghostly happenings, like
Crazy
abusive
crazy hide and seek
relationships.
stories?
There was
Crazy hide and seek stories.
I've been hidden in this closet. They can't find me.
there was some violence in the family.
Violence.
not
Oh,
in
yeah.
not in the house, but the individuals who used to live there. Apparently, there was a mauling attack. So there's a lot of deep stuff in here. So it got a little creepy. So being there, we actually
mauling.
This was
What
in
it's
Salem, upstate. You said?
somebody run over a squirrel with their car?
Yeah,
And
then
in that long driveway.
we show up, and the first willow tree that's there has got 6 squirrels hung, and just stripped. So just think about, and then we're like, yeah, let's play fucking hide and seek in this place.
Oh God.
I used to love playing manhunt and shit like that.
Yeah. You know, what was I thinking? I don't know. I forget. I lost it, guys. I have nothing.
You lost it.
Do you guys want to play hide and seek right now on the podcast?
Yeah.
Where would you hide in here? There's nowhere to hide.
I'd go right in this thing.
Yeah,
You know,
wouldn't fit in there.
this is what I was thinking because I don't drink, and you guys said it was such a great, fun time. But I'm
Would it
wondering,
be good sober.
yeah, adult hide and seek, especially on that scale. Well, you know what? I imagine that the part where you're just wandering around a mansion is probably pretty fun in itself. You're walking around, you're opening doors, you're looking in these cool rooms, you're exploring the thing. At times, I'd probably forget I was even playing hide and seek, and I'd be walking around just enjoying what I'm looking at, and then that would be it.
And I was actually sober throughout the whole process, so I could tell you firsthand.
You were?
Were you?
I was. Yeah.
Well, I thought you said you guys were drinking. Since
Everybody
you got
else
there.
was. I just figured I wasn't going to pinpoint myself out like I wasn't drinking, so everyone else was really hammered. I was sober, and it was still extremely enjoyable.
Wow. Okay.
Interesting. Ugh.
That's pretty
A
cool.
lot of fun.
I want to
I
do
would
that.
never find anybody.
What would you like? What would you do in this situation?
I would play and I would have a ton of fun, but I
I
just
feel
don't
like you
think I'd
just go
find
outside and
anybody.
smoke cigarettes.
Do you hear what's
I'm gonna go in there and look for him. Just give me a couple minutes.
you would never find anybody?
Yeah, I just don't.
Why?
Because
Because you'd give up like 4 seconds in. You'd go out on a balcony and you start lighting up butts and a joint.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm never gonna find anyone anyway.
With your self-defeatist attitude.
No,
You're already defeated. You
I'm not
defeat yourself in
creative.
your head
I'm
before
not
you even
creative
start.
like that.
If Tom was the one
Creative.
hiding, you wouldn't even have to look for him. You just go, everyone be quiet. You just hear. You're like, oh, he's in the 3rd floor closet. Tom, we found you.
All of a sudden, you hear this. You hear this.
You'll just see.
You're like, Aries, there's smoke coming out from under the fucking the closet over there. He's getting
10 minutes into it. Wait, time out, everyone. And just comes out of the hiding spot and ruins the whole game.
It'll just be a building like when they select the Pope, just smoke coming out. Like I think we found him.
You hear a toilet flush.
You're like, what the fuck? And he's like, well, I had to hide. I had to take a shit. I
I'd
figured
probably
I'd just
knock
hide in the
into
toilet.
something. I'm just not creative or really ninja-like.
Here's what I want to give you guys.
Skills you need to play hide and seek. Creativity and
That's
ninja
fun.
like.
Oh, I'm surprised, chick. I don't know. I look at you and I just think this guy's a ninja. This guy's ninja-like. Nothing about you says ninja.
I just want to go back to this is the reason I said I felt meditated while we were doing this. There was something about, and it definitely had a lot to do with the mansion and just it being so big and like it's quiet, it's dark, and there was just something about doing something as an adult that you normally did as childhood, and like as society gets older, it's like you're not supposed to play hide and seek anymore. You're a grown up now. You can't do those things, and there was something liberating about it to have fun with it and just I don't know, like just to be a kid again. I guess is to simply put. And every person there woke up the next morning with a huge smile on their face, and we were all like, "That was so much fun." And we couldn't stop talking about it while we were having
That
coffee.
sounds awesome.
I have
it was
the
great.
reverse feeling of that when I have like a job. I'm like, oh, it's great to be like an adult for once.
What did he say?
I don't know. Where do we go with that? Where do we go with the things that chick says that falls out of his mouth?
Oh,
like,
man.
and sometimes I want to bust his balls.
I know.
Sometimes I just hear it and I'm like, I could bust your balls for that, but part of me is just like, what is wrong with you?
Sometimes
What
I
is
think
that?
I'm
Because
missing something. I'm like, what? Did he say something that I just didn't?
So many things don't come out like they do in my brain.
You made your own toast, and you're like, man, it feels good to be grown up. Buttering my own fucking toast right now. Look at this.
I got fired like a real
And I
adult
got-
this week.
I got this bread from the deli area. This is the fresh bread. This isn't the wrapped bread. I used the tongs and I picked my own piece of bread.
I did an
to
adult
toast today.
thing today.
What's the most? Give me a list of the top 3 adult things you did this week, chick. Go.
This week?
Yeah, that's what I said. Top 3 things you did this week. Go.
Adult things. I didn't do many adult things. I got fired from my job. All I do is feel like a child.
What's the last real adult thing you think you've done in your life?
Went to work on Monday morning.
Is that the day you got fired?
I got fired on Tuesday.
Aside from working, have you done a thing where you felt accomplished?
Yeah, do things that don't fit with me. I don't even know what that means, though.
Yeah, jumbly rumbly tumbly scoobly.
Yeah, I did that. Wait, what does that mean? Like, what the fuck? Give us what else did you accomplish this week?
things that be done today. I had to redo my resume.
All right, that's
you
something.
go.
You
I'm
work.
back.
There you go.
I've already in the process of lining up some interviews for hopefully next week.
What is in the
You got the whole
process?
you got the
of
whole
lining up
Butler
some-
thing.
I have
got the
a
Butler
couple of
thing
friends of
working
mine have told me they have, if I give them my resumes, they'll be able to get me some interviews. So I got them.
They got some
my
hooks.
resumes. Yeah, so I'm trying.
Someone's gonna hook you up with a job.
Yeah.
No ninja-like jobs or jobs where I got to be creative. I'm not good at that stuff.
But yeah, so I'm just back on the horn trying to get a job. That's adult-like.
Back
That
on the
is.
horn. Doesn't that mean on the phone? On the horn?
Yep.
I feel like back on the horn just means back trying to do what you got to do.
Just be back on the saddle.
All right.
Back on the
horse.
saddle again.
Back on the saddle.
Back on the saddle.
That's
back
a
on
good
the
one. I'll
saddle
use that.
again.
I'll
Has
use
that song
back
go?
on the saddle.
So you're back on the saddle horn, and you're doing it. You're doing your thing.
Yeah, I'm just getting right back
You know
on
what?
my feet, and that's it.
To continue from something we talked about in last week's episode, how does this affect now? You talked about you were getting back into basketball and soccer, but it was because of the job.
Guess what?
Now, does that kill that for you,
No,
or
it
can you
does
do
not.
that? That's
I
something you can
actually
do on your own
texted
now.
the guy who handles all that. I'm like, listen, Duke, I still play ball with you guys every week, and he's like, yeah, definitely. So I'm back in, play ball every week.
All right. That's it. That's the end of his story there. All right. I think I don't know. Do we have anything else for this episode, or are we good?
I think we're good. Downtown Ian?
Downtown Ian is good. I think I got a better story. I mean, that one was more of a description story.
That's
Very
pretty
interesting.
cool.
I got
Yeah,
more
I feel
of a,
like
a
I
funny
killed
tale.
the story of this whole episode in the
All right.
beginning with my lackluster of an excitement in that story.
Yeah. I wanted to talk about something that we used to do as kids because it was sort of like in high school, and we created our own game. And I forgot about this, so I didn't transition into it. We used to do this thing called sump ball. Do you remember sump ball?
Sump
man.
kickball.
Sump kickball?
This is
How
going to
could I
bring me on
forget?
something, too.
How could I forget? And I do not. I just want a disclaimer. I'm not known for hyping things up at all. This is one of the greatest games known to man.
Explain it.
So we created this game in, oh my God. Am I not plugged in? The plug came out. You push that plug in for me, B?
Did we just lose this whole episode?
No. I just want to make sure that my
no.
laptop's plugged in. B
That
knocked out
was
the
a whole-
laptop
Sorry.
plug. We almost died.
Bees deplugging.
I
So-
unplugged.
There you
Hey, stop stepping on the wall.
We invented this game, a bunch of stoned high schoolers, where someone would stand at the top of the hill on a sump. And are sumps just a Long Island thing? There's sumps all around, all
no.
over the
tell you,
place,
I
right?
think they are
I
just a Long
asked
Island
somebody
thing.
this, and can I just correct you?
Yeah.
Stoned pioneers. So let's fix that. All right, bunch of stoned pioneers
you're
created
damn
this
right.
game. Okay?
Yes, I'm sorry.
I actually asked someone who, my girlfriend and one of their friends, I said, do you know what a sump is? And she grew up in Staten Island, so I figured similar construct,
Yeah.
like rural neighborhoods.
The whole borough's a sump,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
The whole thing's a
Island,
sump
isn't
over
that
there for
more
crying
like
out loud.
It's a dump.
There's residential housing and layout
I get
enough
you.
to where I would
Right.
figure they had no idea what it was.
Really?
Yeah, I had to describe it to them, still nothing. So
Interesting.
So a sump is sort of like a crater in the ground, the size of a football field per se.
Throw garbage in it. as you
normally
walk
fenced
past
in.
them.
That's what Chick usually. But it's fenced in and it's meant to drainage. It's for drainage. So when it rains really heavily, water will go into the sump and it can fill up with water and take the spillover so we don't get flooded. And maybe it's because of our location being on an island and whatnot. So it has something to do with it. I don't know. But when we use the sumps we use them as kids. That's a popular place for kids to go and get into trouble.
Yes.
Because it's this fenced off, no trespassing area where you got a lot of trees growing, a lot of foliage growing around. And you kind of hide in the middle of there. You just did tons of shit in the sumps. When it snows, you take your sled to the sump and you go sliding down with the sleigh rides and the sleigh rides and you go
Slip slide,
slippity
slide away.
You know what else sumps were great for as kids? Setting fires.
Yes.
Lots of fires being started in sumps. I saw some fires go up in a sump. Smoking pot, getting into the drugs, getting into the alcohol.
Yep.
Do you think doing alcohol is cool? Do you think smoking drugs is cool?
In a sump it is.
Yeah. What else? All sorts of activities. So we use the sump by us. Well, we weren't smoking pot. Stone pioneers we were.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know who came up with it. A friend of ours, we had a kickball. You roll it down the top of the hill as fast as you can. And then there's somebody at the bottom of the hill who kicks it back up the hill.
Ooh.
And then the rules are very similar to wiffle ball, sort of, because you kind of stand around in formation like wiffle ball, baseball, almost kickball too. I guess it's similar to kickball. It is some kickball.
And can I just add a little more description to the layout of this field? So you're right. So there's the top of the sump hill.
What I was going to throw in too is that because you're described this layout, but what's cool is you played at different sumps, and every sump is like its own little different landscape.
Yeah.
So it's a different challenge. There's trees in the way. There's rocks in the way. There's people falling down the hill.
They're like baseball stadiums. They all have their own
That's
little
exactly
unique
right.
But
layout.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say the one we originated some kickball on had kind of a 2-layered hill where you would have that first hill to the top of the sump and then another one extended above it. That was the train tracks.
Oh, yeah.
So we had a train track extra hill. So there was kind of a double elevated field where if you were going to, let's say, outfield, it was double elevation. So home plate's at the bottom of the sump. You kind of have your infield at the top of the sump, and then your outfield or the home run fence was on the top of the train tracks behind it.
Yeah. And I wanted to bring that up, and just that was it. I don't really have anything else to say about it.
We
made that up.
Too in the fucking
Well,
sump
here's
all the
something
time.
I will bring up, too, because talk about just sports and things like this bringing people together. We really got caught up in this whole thing of sump kickball where we loved it so much we were playing it every single day.
Yeah.
And then we had a few individuals who we knew from high school that weren't at our own group of party, that were friends of ours, but we wouldn't call them after school to come hang out with us. And they happened to just be walking by and see the game going on, walking on the train tracks. So they look below and they see some kickball going on. They're immediately intrigued. And they say, "What are you guys doing?" And we said, "You know what? We are stoned out of our minds and we're playing some kickball." And it got 2 people hooked that they would just show up every day after and come join us and play. And we kind of had this camaraderie within some
That's
kickball
amazing.
that was outside our group of friends altogether, where these 2 individuals who were in a different group of friends kind of had this relationship with us just because of the sport we created in a sump.
Right. We made some new friends. And actually, I think one of those people was the one who wanted me to talk about on the
Correct.
show. He was instant messaging us, our friend Pete.
It's funny how kids always make up like sports their own games, because I had a game that I played, and it was an indoor game called Stair Ball, and basically one person would stay at the top of the stairs, the other person would stay at the bottom, and we would take like a big ball, and you would, one-on-one, and you would have to throw the ball and like score, like to hit the wall behind you. Just the way my stairs were. It was the perfect setup for stair ball.
So the
Little
person
ricochet?
at the bottom was kind of like the goalie.
And the top too. You're going up.
You would both try to hit each other's balls.
And then you would switch.
That's cool.
And then we would like break down. But the one thing we did, I had another friend that didn't know much about sports, and we convinced him that stair ball was an actual professional sport. And we at the time, Stuart Scott was like a big anchor on ESPN. So we're like, yeah, Stuart Scott's like the Michael Jordan of stair ball, and he totally believed us. We do stupid things as kids. But yeah, that's my sport that we invented. Good old fashioned stair ball.
I like that. When you first said stair ball, I just pictured you staring at a ball. And I'm like, why is he about to tell
That's
the
what
story?
Chic did.
Yeah.
I was a very active kid with sports, though.
Yeah, in high school, Chick was in good shape.
He was.
Yeah.
You weren't you like
Played a ton of sports.
when did it all go downhill for you? Was it before the end of high school?
Yeah.
When did you discover pot? That was pretty much the beginning of the
I
end. When was
discovered
it?
pot in 9th grade, but I stopped playing high school sports probably in 11th grade. I think was the last I'd done.
Yeah.
You ran for like 2,000 yards for the Hawks, right?
Well, we're still supposed to do this thing where we pull out the Instagram and we put a bunch of Instagram stories of Chick running laps and we time
know.
him.
We're gonna do that now. I got plenty of time now. That will get done. I'll just record it on my own now.
Dude, this brings me back to, we actually did this once with Chick. One of our other friends, they had a race at the track. And do you remember this?
I do.
I don't
remember.
So, legitimate foot race within less than 50 feet. He's basically burnt and just absolutely smoked. There was not even a close chance of this race even being somewhat competitive. Torched.
Who did I get torched by?
I won't bring up names. We'll talk about it later.
You know what
Give
else?
me an initial because I forget who it was.
You got torched.
Yeah, that's what you
I'm
need
not
to know.
denying that.
He's got to know all the details.
I know.
This is a recurring thing for Chick then, because we also did the football. Chick, pay attention. You'll find out after the damn show. Why are you so impatient like a child? You
You
can't
don't
wait
have to
5
point
minutes.
that out. Nobody knows what's going on. I'm asking him.
I'm talking to you and you're not listening to me. What did I say then? Answer
This is a reoccurring theme with Chick, and then you went to go say.
All right, he was listening.
Yeah. So nobody would have actually picked up on that until you made the scene. But anyway, next.
I think what we should do is
No, not next. I wasn't done yet.
I think we should.
Taylor's
we
not
should,
done. Let Taylor speak.
No,
Taylor's gotta speak.
This is part of it. I just want to say when we do eventually do Chick's little whatever we're doing with him, we should film him playing basketball with his old coworkers and find out some dirt about why he really lost his job.
Oh, we can walk around and do interviews with each of his old coworkers and say, hey, what happened with that? What is your story?
Yeah.
What's your version of it?
Go for it.
They're probably all getting the version from HR and from the other people, though. So we're going to be playing telephone with them. But it'd be interesting to hear.
I would be more
Take it
than-
with a grain of salt.
I'd be ready. Go for it.
Ian, what were you going to say?
I was gonna say,
defend me.
if you're gonna do that and film him while he's, I think you should. I think it should be like a little voyeur angle where like you don't let him know that you're doing it, and just follow him one day, follow him the whole day and then tape him. Because then if he knows you're videotaping, he's
I
gonna
know.
try to put on his best, or he's gonna keep it at I'm just gonna mediate it so I don't do any flashy. If he doesn't know you're there, you're gonna get the real game.
Just me and tbriz hiding in the woods with the camera.
Sounds like way too much work.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
But
Yeah,
a great
that worked.
idea. But I'm not going to do it. B, you want to do that?
Ian's gonna do it.
I'm a dreamer.
Ian will do it. Let's. So the other thing I was going to talk about is Chick actually had a one-on-one football game last year that we filmed. That we did film and we put on the internet. Do you remember that? That was you, wasn't it?
Yes, we didn't have. Did we? It wasn't completely filmed, but a lot of it was.
We took a bunch of pictures. We
some.
put it on Instagram. We put some video on Instagram. We were. I think
good-
somebody live streamed it to Facebook, didn't they?
They might have. They
Yeah.
might have. That was a great night, though. That was a lot of fun.
But I don't know what it is about people challenging you to races, people challenging you to
Because I have a
football.
big
Now
mouth and I talk shit.
that is it.
That's
There
it.
it is. Well, we
We got down to the bottom of that.
I will have to say I was very impressed with how well put together the footage and the organization of this one-on-one football game was. They had a ref. They had a crowd.
Yeah.
It
Automatic.
was on an actual football
Replay.
field.
We
Yeah,
had to use
it was just a replay. It was very impressive.
It was. That was a
That's
great,
great.
one. Bobby, we'll see again. We're actually still trying to put together a rubber match
yeah, but
because we each have a win.
Ooh, I would like to.
Don't worry, it'll be on. You'll find out about it.
Yeah,
what's that?
It's the remix.
it's.
You hear that?
Is that the remix?
Yeah, that's it. Cut this off.
Hey,
Let's just drop it.
let's drop
Dead
it.
birds, dead babies, dead cats.
Let's give. Thanks to everybody for listening. Thanks to everybody who came out to B's comedy
Oh,
event
yeah,
this
thanks.
week.
That was a lot of fun.
At
Thank
the
you guys for
Croxley's
coming.
Ale House, Bunch of Savages comedy show. Find us on www.adultbabyshow.com. You can connect to us on all of our social media platforms. And thanks for listening. Please, if you enjoy the show, tell someone you know about it. Tell them to listen. Tell them to check it out.
share it on the internet. Get people listening and commenting.
Commenting.
Ian, thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
You'll be on next week's episode as well.
Yeah, we'll see
Absolutely. Can't wait.
you. We'll play a little
love
hide
you,
and
Ian.
seek.
And that's
love
it.
you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Downtown Ian.